Well, good morning. Welcome to Daylight with Dean number 57. I'm going to adjust my mic, make sure it's good. There you go. Sorry about that. Forgot to check my mic before I went on. Welcome to Daylight with Dean number 57 on June 7th, 2020. You have made it. This is the earliest that Daylight with Dean will ever be scheduled to come on, 5:48 a.m. And I don't know that much about astronomy. I'm not quite sure why, but we're going to be sunrise is listed in New Kensington for the next 13 days at 5:48 a.m. So we are going to be camping out here at this time slot for the next few weeks and then gradually shifting a little bit later. I am very impressed that you made it this morning here with us. If you're live, if you're catching it a little bit later, no worries whatsoever. But I've had some worries about daylight because I keep getting asked if this is the last one. And my daughter informed me that she was told that this morning was my last daylight and I was all done. And I'm like, no, I don't. Do I have a board of directors that is shutting me down that I don't know about? Uh, like, no, we're still doing this. We're having too much fun, and as long as you keep watching, and I keep having things I like talking about, and it keeps adding value to each of our lives, I'm going to keep going. So, um, but then what was very weird was last night I had a dream that my wife posted all over social media that this was the last one and that it was getting shut down and Daylight with Dean was no more after today. And I remember going to her, is there something I don't know? Are you tired of me doing this? Are you upset? And she goes, no, it's time to end it. So I am glad to announce that daylight will continue, and I'm so thrilled to be able to spend this time with you. It may be in a different location, as you know, we get a little active this summer and move around. Might go somewhere and might have to film from a different location, but we will continue to enjoy daylight together. Um, there was the other day, yesterday, when I was talking about friendship, I forgot the best part of the story. I was talking about my friend helped me with the sunroof, and then buying him pizza and being out at the restaurant and seeing friends, and well, then we left, and I got home and got delayed in enjoying my pizza. I got to enjoy some of it, and then when I was just getting ready to go get another piece, my phone rang and it was my friend. And I'm like, well, that's weird because he left to drive to McKeesport to pick up a motorcycle. Yes, he's nearly 50 years old and he wanted a dirt bike. His wife was like, I don't know why he thinks he wants a dirt bike. And I said, well, every guy wants a dirt bike. It's just something guys want. And so they were leaving straight from the pizza place to drive with a truck and trailer to go pick up this dirt bike he was buying off of Facebook Marketplace, and he was so excited. And about a half hour after they left, he called me, and I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm just enjoying my pizza." He said, "You haven't eaten that pizza yet?" I said, "Well, I've eaten some of it. I'm gonna get some more." But so why? What are you doing? He goes, "I need your help." He said, "Can you help me?" I said, "Okay." He said, "I ran out of gas." Well, he has a diesel truck, so running out of gas in a diesel truck is a little bit more involved than just running out of gas. And I'm like, okay. Like, he was headed to McKeesport a half hour ago. Like, where are you? He goes, well, I'm at the Sheets in Parnassus, which is just in New Kensington. And immediately I'm thinking, well, I may have just solved your problem. If you're out of gas at a gas station in New Kensington. Um, I bet they have what you need. And he goes, no, you don't understand. I'm about 50 feet away from the gas pump and I ran out of diesel fuel and I'm stuck. And I need you to bring your little Toyota truck and hook a chain up to me and pull me to the pump. I said, okay. I said, just so happens I still have my chain ready to go from when I pulled my 1919 Chevy up the cul-de-sac so I could ride it down the hill for our May 17th sermon. I'll be right there. So, since I still have weight restrictions on what I can lift, I had to get the chain beside the bed of the truck, and I couldn't lift it all at once, so I had to just kind of feed it into the truck. Got it lifted, pulled in, and sure enough, man, he coasted. He got right into headed toward the gas pump, and there's a little knoll in the parking lot, and he got like there, and he had to get over here. So I said, I'll gladly pick you up. I'll gladly pull you in. So his wife was, I, I don't know if she was making fun of my little truck, but she told him, there's no way that little truck's going to be able to pull us. So we put the chain together, and I said, I'm going to put it in four-wheel drive low, which gives you lots of torque to pull lots of weight really quickly. He's like, you're putting it in four-wheel low. And I'm like, yeah. And, well, you don't need to do that. I said, well, I'm going to. So he wants to get here. He's here. So I start to pull, and it's going while I'm swinging him around. And then I realized to pull him up to the pump, I have to pull almost into a parking spot that is occupied by a car. So as I'm coming up to it, that car decides it wants to back out. So I have to stop. So I stop, and his car keeps coming a little bit. He backs out, and then I let the clutch out to go a little bit more, and I see the chain. I'm like, oh no, this is going to jerk them. And the chain went back. I didn't reconnect the tension very smoothly, but got him into the spot, got his diesel fuel, he got on his way, I got on my way, and it was all good. So my point with that was the great friendships. They're two-way streets. When they're working best, I add value to the friendship, and the friendship adds value to me, and it's a breathing, living relationship that has ebb and flow to it, generosity and gratitude between it, trust and joy. My friend's one of those guys that I believe in deeply. I remember when I was in my early 20s and Pastor Steve became my pastor, and love that man, loved his investment in my life, still love him. And I came to see that he believed in me as a person and my potential for ministry even before I believed in myself. And you have to have friends like that believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. And Steve was that for me, and it changed my life. And my friend that I've been describing to you, he's a good man. He's a good man, and I believe in him. And I'm so excited to be his friend and his pastor. And I'm so excited that he is seeing in himself what I see in him. Good deal. Good deal. Had another interesting call yesterday. My daughter, Abby, who is just graduated from Grove City, she's been informing me that these next 2 weekends she's going away. Her girlfriends from college rented a cottage up near Katanning for next weekend to celebrate, I don't know, somebody's birthday or exactly what. But then one of her sorority sisters was having a gathering at her house in McKeesport, And yes, I mentioned McKeesport 2 times in this daylight. And so Leslie and I were out getting a bite to eat. Yes, we went to a restaurant yesterday, sat outside, enjoyed a great meal. And when we were doing that, we were out in Pittsburgh. My phone rang and it was Abby. And she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Well, we're eating." She goes, "Oh, well, I'm leaving now." I'm like, "Okay, goodbye, and hope you have a great." And then she just hung up. So uh, after dinner, just got home. We went to get some groceries. Just got home, just unloaded the car, and my phone rang. And it was my daughter, Abby. And she's like, "Dad, I just locked the keys in the car." I said, "Okay. Is the car parked where you want it to be?" She goes, "Yes." "Do you have all the stuff out of the car that you need?" "Yes." "Is it inconveniencing you at the moment that you don't have the keys? Everybody safe?" "Yes, yes, we're good." I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, I'm not sure. I've had a long day. I'm not sure if I'll bring them down tonight, these spare keys, or in the morning." And she's like, I said, "Mom and I are coming back down your way at 11 a.m. Could I just bring it then?" She goes, "Oh, Dad, I'm not certain that I want to stay here that long in the morning." And I'm like, "Okay." So I told Leslie, and she said, "Okay, let's get in the car and take it down." So I said, "We're coming down to bring the keys now." And it was a smooth trip, smoothest trip in and out of Pittsburgh on a Saturday night. No traffic. I'm in my Tahoe with my nicely glued sunroof, my newly attached mirror, and it was so funny. On the way home from dinner, we stopped at our favorite ice cream place, and I pulled up next to a guy, and he had a car I'd never seen. It was a 2002 or 2003 Toyota MR2, MR3. I don't, but it was a beautiful looking car. And I'm driving my Tahoe that I got from my uncle that was smashed by a tree. Okay, that's the 2008 Tahoe with 147,000 miles on it. That's what I'm driving. And I was talking to him about his car. He noticed I was looking at it. We were talking about it, and he like, I said, "Man, I like your car." He goes, "Thank you." He goes, "I like your Tahoe." He goes, "I like your Chevy." Now it does have pearl white paint, and it is pretty, but there's no comparison between the two. I was very amused. So got Abby her keys, and the job as a father is interesting. It's like, what if I just was selfish and didn't want to and said, "No, you got to figure it out." What would that have looked like? um, so, hey, this morning the Rivers service start at 8 and 9:30. They premiere at both times on the River New Ken Facebook and the River New Ken YouTube channel. We did the YouTube for a couple of reasons. Believe it or not, even though you are and I am, not everybody in the world is on Facebook. But those that have internet connection that can access YouTube, they can watch and experience our Sunday morning worship experience without being on Facebook. And also, we found early on when everybody was streaming live on Sunday morning, Facebook was having a hard time keeping up, and YouTube streams seamlessly without any issues. So that has been good. Um, this sermon today is part of our Jesus Now series, and we're going to be looking at Jesus' statement in John chapter 8, where he says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness and will have the light of light." So we'll be looking at what it means and what it looks like and how it plays out in our lives to live with Christ's light at the center and core of our being, lighting all that's around us. So look forward to that. Hope you can take some time either at 8 or 9:30 this morning. I know for some of us it's late. 9:30 is half our day's already over. Um, also, During the service, I'll be announcing, but I'll go ahead and announce it to you first. The river is planning on gathering together again in person for our worship service Sunday morning, June 28th. So 3 weeks from today, we'll be gathering together outside the church on our front lawn. We have a massive front lawn. We were donated a 40-foot by 60-foot tent last summer that we're going to set up. We're going to have social distancing circles painted on the yard, 6 feet apart, and going to invite anybody that's comfortable to come and join us for live worship. We will continue to stream our online worship experience because there are a lot of people that we want to keep safe and don't want to put them at risk. So we want to continue to provide that experience for them. Also, it's just picked up a whole new gathering for us. People that have never and might never walk through the doors of the river have been enjoying not just daylight, but also the river's weekend Sunday morning worship experience. So plan on that. Now, in order to reopen, we have a lot of plans, a lot of details to cover. So we are inviting anybody that would like to be part of our reopening team to meet with us tonight at 5 o'clock. We're going to meet at the river. We'll figure out the details of inside, outside, all of that, but we're going to get pizza. And we would like to have you bring your masks as well. And we're going to meet from probably 5 to 6:30 is what I'm envisioning, and would love to have you. Now, many of you have noticed but haven't said anything. I've not taken my first sip of coffee this morning. All this energy, all this excitement, and no coffee. So yesterday at TJ Maxx, I bought myself a oversized coffee mug for daylight as well. It has the Peanuts gang on it, and it just says squad. I have a pillowcase my mom bought me when I was a little guy that just had the Peanuts gang on it, and it said, "Happiness is being part of the crew." And this mug reminded me of that. And I like the color. I love blue. Blue's my favorite color, if you haven't noticed. This is my $10.99 Adidas shirt that I got at TJ Maxx yesterday as well as my $5 mug. It is time for the first sip as we close this out. It's a great way to start our Sunday morning. Want to invite you to enjoy your church's online presence, or if you're gathering together in person again, enjoy the fellowship. Ran into some friends that I hadn't seen since the car show last summer yesterday, and man, they all wanted to shake hands, and I was just like, I promised my wife I'm not shaking hands with people that I'm not with right now. So I'm doing the fist pump and elbow pump and all that. So I don't know what that's going to be like when we get back together. So we'll have to process through all that as well. But enjoy worshiping the Lord this morning. And if you don't have a church, or if you want to, enjoy another service as well, feel free to check out the River New Ken on Facebook or YouTube at 8 or 9:30 or anytime after that. God bless you guys. Can't wait till I get to see you tomorrow. Have a great morning.